Assalamu alaikum and good day, learners. I am Khalida B. Mulokl, your science teacher from Ampaso Memorial National High School, Lanao del Sur 2 Division. I hope that we are all in good condition and that you have with you your notebook, your pen, and your grade 9 science module. Now let us observe the data in the table showing the resting and post-exercise pulse or heart rates for a random sample of 8 individuals. It shows that the heart rate after exercise is greater or faster than before exercise. What can we infer from it? During exercise, the muscles need more oxygen, so the body may need 3 to 4 times the normal cardiac output. Breathing rate increases to provide oxygen to the body at a higher rate. Heart rate, on the other hand, increases to deliver oxygen and glucose to the respiring muscles more efficiently. As the respiratory system initiates gas exchanges in the body, another system supplies oxygen to our body cells. And that is the lesson we will be discussing: the human circulatory system. The objectives of the lesson are as follows. First, identify the parts of circulatory system and their functions. Second, explain the different types of circulation and how they work with the respiratory system. And the last objective is infer how lifestyle can affect the functioning of circulatory system. Circulatory system is sometimes compared to highways or busy roads. As you can see in the video, there are various vehicles moving along the roads. The common things among those vehicles are they all have loads that will be transferred from one place to another. May it be people, goods, or another cargoes. And of course, those vehicles have drivers. Just like the circulatory system, the blood that carries the material is being transported by the blood vessels throughout our body with the help of heart that pumps the blood. Now let us define human circulatory system. It is a life support structure that nourishes our cells with nutrients from the food we eat and oxygen from the air we breathe. It is a combined function of the muscular pump, the circulatory fluid, and a set of interconnecting vessels that transports oxygen and nutrients throughout our body and carry away waste products. There are 3 major parts of the human circulatory system: the heart, the blood, and the blood vessels. Now let us differentiate these parts with their simple definitions. The blood is the part of circulatory system that carries the materials throughout the body. The blood vessels carries the blood throughout the body, and the heart is the one that pumps the blood. Let's start with blood. Blood is essential to life. It circulates throughout the body to deliver the essential substances like oxygen and nutrients to the body cells. It also transports metabolic waste away from those same cells. The whole blood has specific components: the red blood cells that carry oxygen and carbon dioxide, the white blood cells that defends our body from toxins and foreign microbes, the platelets that helps in blood clotting, and the plasma, which is 90% water, and the other 10% of it is made up of hormones, electrolytes, gases, proteins, and other cell units. Blood clotting by the platelets play a role in hemostasis. It is a natural process in which the blood flow slows and clot forms to prevent the blood loss during injury. The blood is either oxygenated or deoxygenated. Oxygenated blood contains nutrients and oxygen. On the other hand, deoxygenated blood contains carbon dioxide. Red blood cells have no nucleus, meaning they have more room for oxygen. Hemoglobin in the red blood cells becomes excellent transporter of oxygen and carbon dioxide because of the presence of iron. If someone is experiencing symptoms such as tiredness, heart palpitation, lack of energy, pale skin, and shortness of breath, he or she might have iron deficiency anemia. This type of anemia may be caused by low iron diet, blood loss, or perhaps pregnancy. The symptoms mentioned are experienced by the person with iron deficiency anemia because the red blood cells can carry less oxygen. Know any food that is rich in iron? Dark green leafy vegetables, legumes, red meat, and egg yolk. And sometimes doctors prescribe iron tablets. Blood vessel is the second major part of the human circulatory system. We all know that this system is a complex network of blood vessels that reaches all the parts of our body. This network supplies the cells, the tissues, and the organs with the needed oxygen and nutrients. And it also eliminates carbon dioxide and waste compounds. Blood vessels are of three types: arteries, veins, and capillaries. Arteries carry oxygenated blood from the heart to the cells and the organs of the body except the lungs. Veins is the blood vessels that carries the oxygenated blood to the heart. Capillaries, the smallest blood vessels of the body. It connects the smallest arteries and the smallest veins. It is the actual site where the gases and nutrients exchange. Capillaries in the lungs is where the deoxygenated blood releases its carbon dioxide in exchange with oxygen that will be transported to the other parts of the body. This occurs in the last part of the terminal bronchioles, which is the alveoli. Capillaries in the body allow the transfer of oxygen and nutrients to the organs and the muscle cells, and the removal of carbon dioxide and waste products. The third major part of the circulatory system is the heart. It is a hollow muscular pump that stands as the operational center of the system, and it is the part that pumps the blood. There are four chambers of the heart: right atrium, right ventricle, left atrium, and left ventricle. It also has valves that prevent the backflow of blood. The right atrium receives the deoxygenated blood through the superior vena cava and inferior vena cava. The deoxygenated blood then passes through the right ventricle. Right ventricle then contracts, pumping the blood to the pulmonary artery, leading its way to the lungs for oxygenation. Oxygenated blood from the lungs enters left atrium through pulmonary veins. Left ventricle then receives the blood where it is being pumped into the aorta. Have you observed any inconsistency of the terms being used to the two involved blood vessels? You get it right. Pulmonary arteries and pulmonary veins. It was mentioned earlier in the discussion that arteries carry oxygenated blood while veins carry deoxygenated blood. But these two are exemptions. Pulmonary arteries are the only arteries that carry deoxygenated blood, but it is still considered arteries because it carries blood away from the heart. On the other hand, pulmonary veins is the only veins that carry oxygenated blood, and it's still considered veins because it carries blood towards the heart. There are three types of blood circulation: coronary circulation, pulmonary circulation, and systemic circulation. Pulmonary circulation is a circuit that provides blood flow from the heart to the lungs and back to the heart. Systemic circulation is a circuit that allows blood to flow from the heart to the rest of the body, excluding the lungs. Coronary circulation is a circuit that strictly provides blood to the tissues of the heart. We will now perform an activity that will serve as a recap and at the same time assessment of our discussion earlier. And because of your participation, I am confident that this activity will be easy for you. Are you ready? Good. Now this is the instruction. Using the given graphic organizer, we will fill in the missing parts, description, and function in order to complete the entire concept. And we will answer it together. Okay, let's start with the first one. What is the function of the blood vessels in the circulatory system? Awesome! The function of blood vessels in the circulatory system is to carry the blood throughout the body. Second question. What part of the circulatory system pumps the blood throughout the body? Correct! It is the heart. Let's proceed to the other missing parts. The question is, what are the types of blood vessels? Very good. These are the arteries, capillaries, and veins. Now let's proceed to the last missing description of the concept. The question will be, how do we describe coronary circulation? You got it right. Coronary circulation is the circuit that strictly provides blood to the tissues of the heart. A round of applause for your great performance. As shown in the graph of the leading causes of mortality in the Philippines in 2017 by disease, ischemic heart disease or coronary heart disease is on top. Also, other heart diseases are still on the top 10 in the identified causes of mortality in the country. We will now perform another activity. The instruction is, you have to classify the given lifestyles into healthy lifestyles and unhealthy lifestyles. Now you have 10 seconds to answer. You can now start. If you got the same answer with this, congratulations! 4 of the diseases of circulatory system are atherosclerosis, hypertension or high blood pressure, stroke, and heart attack. Atherosclerosis is when blood flow decreases because of the blocked lumen of the blood vessels. This is further worsened by smoking, eating food high in fats and bad cholesterol, excessive alcohol intake, lack of activity, increased stress, and diabetes. Managing this condition includes eating a healthy diet, less fat and more fiber. Medications for high blood pressure and for high cholesterol may slow down the progress of atherosclerosis, and also exercising regularly. The risk factor for hypertension or high blood pressure are the following: clogged arteries, obesity, diabetes, high salt intake, lack of fruits and vegetables in the diet, family history of cardiovascular diseases. If the blood pressure is slightly above the normal 120/80 measurement, lifestyle changes may be all you need. However, a moderate high blood pressure 140/90 would require medication and lifestyle changes. A stroke occurs when there is damage to the brain caused by a blocked blood vessel. Risk factors include smoking, diabetes, high blood pressure, high level of cholesterol, family history of cardiovascular diseases, and excessive alcohol intake. For its management and treatment, medical attention is required. Heart attack. It refers to the damage or death of the heart muscle due to a blockage of a coronary artery from a blood clot. Risk factors are the following: atherosclerosis, smoking, elevated bad cholesterol, family history of heart attack. Gender is a risk factor because heart attacks are more common in males. Diabetes, high blood pressure. Heart attack victims should immediately be brought to the hospital. Among the causes and risk factors of the circulatory system diseases, 4 dominant factors may be observed: cigarette smoking, high level of fat and cholesterol in the blood, stress, and excessive alcohol intake. Living a healthy lifestyle can prevent the onset of diseases in the cardiovascular or circulatory system. Now, I hope that you appreciate the complex yet amazing creation of God, the human circulatory system, one of the systems that makes us multicellular organism. Thank you very much and wassalam.